Hello and welcome to the Suicidal Guide to Survival. I'm Caberea, and today we are going to be doing Hearthstone. It has been a long time since my last recording, mainly because my computer has been feeling a little blue screeny. Yeah, lots of crashing, in particular with this game. This computer, on the other hand, doesn't seem to do that, and it has had lag problems, but we haven't had anything like that. So, with Hearthstone, it's a pretty awesome card game. It's really quite simple. As you can see, I'm not very high ranked. Rank 18 is fairly low. I was once ranked 9, but lost a ton of those ranks to fucking Ragnaros, who I will go over later in top 5, top 10 video things. But for now, this is mainly just to show off some things to help beginners a bit, because some things will get you kind of effed over. In particular, mages, and there are plenty of classes with OP as hell cards. So a quick overview of what you need to really look out for. Shamans have OP as hell overload cards, which will cause them to lose mana in the next turn for the ability to play really powerful cards early on. Druids have got plenty of cards that let them get massive mana advantages, meaning they can play lots of strong cards early on. This one's Armored Up. Warriors basically have weapons. Armored Up, this isn't actually an armor deck because that's Control Warrior, which I don't have many of the cards for. Warriors have super powerful weapons and actually have access to a fair amount of their good weapons right off the bat, so they're pretty good for newcomers. Priests have got lots of health-giving things and a really powerful kill combo with double Powered Shield, double Divine Spirit, and then Inner Fire. They need to get the card Inner Fire, I think. Do they need to get Inner Fire? Yeah, they need to get Inner Fire, but with an Inner Fire, they have a kill combo ready if you leave a single minion on their side of the board. So against Priests, try to not let them have anything. Hunters have OP as hell traps and beast synergy. Paladins have got, they actually don't have that much now that I think about it. Paladins have got lots of stuff to, boost cards. They're very focused on buffs, really. Blessing of Mind and Blessing of Kings lets them get very powerful creatures early. But, aside from that, I don't think they really have that much going for them. I guess they do have quite powerful board clear with Equality, Humility. They're basically very good at affecting minions. Rogues are again another thing which I'm not too sure about. Their combos are really good in most cases, though some are pretty pathetic. With rogues, the main thing you have to watch out for is Shadow Step being used on charges, because those can very quickly get out of hand and destroy you. And Warlocks, you have to look out for their massive card advantage. They'll cost themselves health because of it, but with all the cards they get, it doesn't end up causing them too much problems. It's worth the card advantage. Now, some of you may have noticed, I skipped over Mage. That's because Mage is the most overpowered thing ever. The thing with Mages is, they have spells. The thing with spells are, they're OP as fuck. Here I'm going to demonstrate that by using a deck which you can use the instant you get Mage to level 10. You don't need to open up a single card back to get any of these cards. These are all completely basic. Now, my Mage deck is, I think, how high a level is it? Let's see. My Mage deck is level 27. This means I'll likely be playing against other level 27s, even though it's in casual. So, chances are, they'll have legendaries and shit. This deck will only have basics. Let's see how well it does. This is basically the best deck you can get off the start. Spell power is completely ridiculous on mages, and even without having all of the spells available to them, this is still a load of OP bullshit. Mages are basically a load of OP bullshit, as you'll see. Because like I said, I'm going to be playing against people who have lots of the card packs. Chances are multiple legendaries, probably a Ragnaros or two. Well, not two Ragnaroses. You can't have that. But I have very bad luck with encountering Ragnaros, and very bad luck with his RNG. No! Mage versus Mage, this will be interesting. As you can see, I have Novus Engineer here because there aren't enough basics that give spell damage for this to be solely spell damage creatures. So we have Draw to help draw more spell damage. The customary greetings of, hello, I'm not an asshole.
Hello.
We'll see what he plays. If he plays a 1-1, I'll just murder it. Okay, that's getting fire blasted. Oh god, please don't. Yeah, I was about to say, please don't make me throw my Arcane Explosion out so early. In a way, the Mage's hero power is probably the most OP thing about them, because it prevents any early game cards from being played. I mean, Northshire Cleric and Mana Worm and Roadwalker, okay, 3 cards can be used that will just actually do anything against it. Okay, if I played that, then, I think I'll just play Novice Engineer for the draw here. I could have played the Lauren Mage, and he would probably have swapped, he would probably have traded that and this into it. But that leaves him with a 2-2, and I have nothing that really goes well into a 2-2. I'd much rather... Oh, oh wow, those words, they really fit together, but not quite how I wanted them to. I do have a better way of doing this. I was kind of hoping he would play down a creature. I kind of don't have much to do this turn. I am going to have to take more damage to the face, because I think I'll take more damage to the face in the hopes he plays more, thinking it's safe. Because next turn I have the Lauren Mage and Arcane Explosion to clear out this board here. Chances are he'll just... Okay, very nice. Very, very nice. And he didn't attack. That is a whoops. It is a whoops indeed. So now I can do Lauren Mage and Arcane Explosion to clear. I said an Arcane Explosion to clear the board. Well, except he has a Senjin now, but I'm not actually too worried about Senjin. He'll probably just go into my face with it. And I can Frostbolt it. It's a bit over the top on damage, but I'm okay with that. Perfectly fine. If he goes into this, I might... Oh, what are we seeing here? Okay, so he's going to trade off. Alright. I'm certainly fine with that. Go for a nice little polymorph. Let's draw. Ooh, very nice. So I want to keep my plans open, my options. So, but at the same time, I don't quite want to give him more damage against my face.
I wonder.
None of these quite go well into it. The problem with mages is, fighting mages, is they are very capable of killing you very quickly. So as little as I want to do this, he'll just Fire Blast that, so send it out to the field it is. This is something I more want to keep in my hand for when, to get as much value out of it as I can, because this Water Elemental, this card is OP as fuck. 4 mana for a 3/6 would be fine on its own, but freezing any character damaged by it as well is stupid. Oh shit, there comes the mirror images. Holy shit. Well, that was a lot of his cards into that. I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that. And let's just Frostbolt that. Remind him who is boss.
If you're sure.
Fling that into there. And Arcane Intellect. I probably should have Arcane Intellected first, because double Arcane Missiles. But that will be much more fun to play out in conjunction with this. Because 6 Arcane Missiles suddenly becomes 8. If I can draw a Kobold Geomancer, which I have in this deck, I can make that 6 into a 10. You may have noticed that we're actually keeping a lot of the cards we have in our hands. That's actually a big part of Hearthstone, trying to make sure the opponent does not know what you have. Gain good value for cards as well. If one card can be traded off into 2 of theirs or more, it's generally a good card. Like, Mirror Image is pretty wonderful because it gives you 2 taunts, so that's 2 defenses against attacks. And see, here he has that. However, it's not going to help him at all because I have Arcane Explosion. The thing is, he might just polymorph the thing. He might just polymorph this, so I'll throw this out first. Arcane Explosion. And then that. Because this is a bigger card. The polymorph is basically an assassinate for mages, except even better because it gets rid of Death Rattle. It's a bit stupidly strong like that. And then it does that. Okay, I'm thinking we Arcane Missiles. We'll play out this.
Are you ready for this?
And then we'll go Arcane Missiles. See how well this goes. With the RNG gods are not happy with us. Let's try another one. Come on, one more into him. Damn it! Son of a fucking... Fine, into that. Going to do shit anyway. Yeah, okay, I didn't have the best luck there. Granted, the odds weren't exactly with me. I was more hoping this would die, and then I could just throw the Ogre Magi into his Sen'jin and get a good value out of it. That was not what happened, as you saw. There's the polymorph. See, it's basically what? Oh yeah, you still would have had the boost even with that. That was a bit weird, honestly. I don't quite get why he did that. Let's play out the Archmage. Kill that. This is something I want to kill, but it's kind of a bit hard to deal with it at the moment. Because I want to not let him have more damage than he already has. Mirror Image. Oh, wow! I would really love to see my Flame Strike appear about now. That would be white fuck you in the face. You sure you don't want to kill? Wow. Yep, really could do a Flame Strike. That is not Flame Strike. Ways to handle this. I can just flat out freaking fireball one of them. I can whelps into those. I don't have anything really boosted. Chances are that one card he has in his hand is a Pyroblast. That would just give his creatures more attack. Either way I go about this, it makes me feel dirty. Let's just do this then. There we go, no creatures on his board now. He has this thing on the field, probably a Pyroblast in his hand, I'd guess. Notice I have card advantage here though. I have 3 cards on the field and he has 1. He has, oh god, he has a Flame Strike in his hand. Was that the one he had? No, he just top decked it. The one I wanted last time, let me guess, Flame Strike this time? No, what elemental? We'll keep 1 in our hand. Actually, why would I keep 1 in my hand? Other than to keep him just... That's a flame... Okay, if that's a Pyroblast, I want to have more damage out on the field, so let's do this. I want to be beating down him. I have spell damage in my hand, so I can quickly play this and play out a spell. So that will be a bit of a surprise to him. He also might think this is a Pyroblast, Or he might have noticed the trend in me playing nothing but basics. He had a legendary Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins is... he's a pretty good card, really. Just that wasn't a particularly well-played one. Okay, we have enough damage on the board, really. But we do want a defense. If that's another Flame Strike, we'll check. We will see. Because if he plays out... He just Fire Blasted this. Chances are that means that's not a Pyroblast. If that's a Pyroblast, he'd probably be going for my face right about now. Stormwind. Okay. Now. Oh, yes. Oh, pardon me. Now one of the things which is wonderful about this is that we can just sort of go like that into the storming. Do that. We'll play down these two. Because the wonderful thing about the water elemental is they freeze the opponent. So this guy here can't attack. Now, he might think I have a Pyroblast, he might think this is a Pyroblast. There's the Flame Strike! I knew he'd see that. Freaking knew it. When he started lowering that to 4 health, I knew we were seeing a Flame Strike incoming. It's too obvious. So we're going for that. Throw a Fireball into his face and play down Senjun. Because right now, if we top deck a Fireball, that's nearly lethal. That puts him to 1 health. Oh, fuck me! Fuck me. Right, that is cause for mirror image. This into the face, and this onto the field. He has no more pyro, he has no more flame strikes. So, we know we don't have to worry about those. What else could he have? What other mage bullshit is there? If he's running a... Alexstrasza signs that he is a stall mage. That means that he's trying to just hold out for as long as... Oh my fucking god! I would really like my Flame Strike now. I would really love my Flame Strike. Fuck yes! Flame Strike! That's how you handle Alexstrasza.
Are you ready for this?
And did he top deck an Arcane Explosion? He top decked an Arcane Explosion. Yay! Fuck me. You traitorous swine. Well, my only hope of living is to do this. I'm still pretty screwed. All he needs to do is top deck any spell, and he wins, pretty much.
Mind if I roll need?
Hi, Loot Hoarder. Your card I was going to put in this deck until I decided to make it nothing but basics. Is there anything I have that can stop him? I don't think so. Let's see what my last 2 cards are. Fireball and Flame Strike. So, defeat. A defeat sandwich. Oh well, let's show him how close it was, ish. And then we concede. Still, against someone with double legendaries and using nothing but basics, it worked fairly well. So, I think we'll have one more try of it, and then I'll show you how it's put together. It's not hard. This isn't this. Like I said, it's made entirely of basics. This deck is very, very simple. It's and given how well it did there, you can see it's pretty OP as fuck at the same time. So yeah, mages kinda need a massive nerf. Basically, in my top 10 list, I intend to have one of them as any mage card ever. Let's keep Ogre Magi was also another thing potentially to keep, but yeah, I don't know. Mirror Image is always a very nice card. Oof. Out comes Mirror Image. It's 2/02 taunt. I mean, like, that's 2 attacks they can soak up. That's just nice.
Ready for action.
Try Footman. Interesting. You may notice I tend to keep a lot of spell damage creatures in my hand here. That's because of, as I mentioned earlier, when you play down a spell damage creature, its spell damage already comes into effect. So basically, you hold the spell damage creature in your hand, and suddenly you can throw these things into you can throw these massively strong spells right at them. And they have no idea they're coming. Now, here would be quite wonderful if it weren't for the fact that, well, he's going to die anyway, and I don't have enough mana. You gain new empty, because, oh yes, I don't know why this is important to me, but you can fuck around with the playset. Bang on gong, do that, click this off and on, put this down and then make them fuck you, you can also do this repeatedly. I don't know why this was important to me, but it is. I think that the plan here is just to use that bitch and do that. You could theoretically win with a mage with literally nothing but spells. That is an interesting idea, actually, now that I think about it. Trying a nothing but spells deck. I'm gonna guess another Shattered Sun Cleric to buff this Shattered Sun Cleric, which is perfect for what we have here. I'm just trying to get... Okay, this is good. Not as great value as I'd hope. I was kind of thinking he'd play out another 2 mana, but yeah, we can't complain too much about the value there. Now, one thing I'm much more willing to test is this. If we throw a fireball into... No, okay. This has the greatest chances of hitting the creatures on the field. 2 creatures. We just need 1 to go into there. Perfect. That was much better chance than Senjin shit I pulled earlier. Basically, when there's 2 on the field, that's a 1 in 3 chance each time of it... Well, no, it's a 2 in 3 chance each time of it going into its creatures. Once that gets hit, it becomes a 1 in 2 chance. So we actually have quite a nice advantage on chance and such. Now, Booty Bay Bodyguard is an interesting one here. I feel bad about using either of these. I'll Fireball it, because just Fireball is the lesser... Fireball is less powerful than Polymorph when it comes to board clearance. And generally, there are plenty of people who just love to rush cards into the face, and but often I find keeping control of the board is the most important thing. If you have the board on the... Yeah, there we go. Now I could have just as easily gone Fireball into that thing, but by doing this, it gave me options. If he'd played a fucking... I don't know what he could have had that would have stopped it. But he could have played something a lot bigger later on, which Fireball wouldn't have been able to handle. Like, he could have freaking, Van Cleef. Yeah, if he's playing a Van Cleef, which not many people do, especially against mages. Because basically what they do is play a shit ton of cards, and then suddenly they have Van Cleef with, like, 10-10 on turn 1. Now, here we have brilliant example of, how ridiculously strong spell power becomes with Mage. You know what? I think I'll just, draw some cards and, throw this into there. We have Senjin here because this deck lacks any taunt other than him. But yeah. One of the great things about spell damage this is basically that, Oh shit! Here's where I wish I had an Acidic Swamp Ooze. However, I'm not sure if Acidic Swamp Ooze is a basic. So, I don't know if I've run it in my deck for specifically that reason. I generally actually have an Acidic Swamp Ooze, simply for the fact of countering cards like this, or Warriors. This. Come on, just 2 into that, yeah. The odds are definitely with me there. As you can see by the fact that 3 of them went straight into the creature. I only needed 2 and I had 5. So yeah, fairly good odds it would work. Sometimes just RNG fucks you over completely though. Through my experiences with Rag, I know this all too well. Backstab on Whitman, the Lone Mage, so he can kill it.
Behold the might of Storm!
So he can play that and then kill it. So he can return that to my hand and then kill it. This guy's logic is confusing me. Yes, he killed it. Oh, sorry, allergies to annoyance. Now, if he has a deadly poison, this will work out very well for him. If he does though, I don't see why he didn't play it earlier. Would have been a lot smarter. I really hope he goes into Water Elemental. That would be the dumbest thing he could ever do. He didn't, sadly. Oh no, he retained some intelligence. One thing I'm curious though is if I Arcane Explosion, will that return this to 3 health with 4 dealing the 2 damage? Or I could just top deck Flame Strike, that works too. Much better to do that than to take the risk of leaving him with anything on the board. Also, I love how he has his Assassin's Blade. He can't get that last hit out of it. Which does mean Blade Flurry might come out, but it's not enough to handle this. I am foreseeing a Blade Flurry. Blade Flurry would be a really annoying thing to happen right now. Also very predictable though. I think we'll just do this into the face, play out Ascension, and do another fight. Because as you may have noticed, we have these in our hands. Which in fact, if we draw a Fireball right now, he's fucked. I am seeing a Blade Flurry coming though. Oh? Oh? I'm very curious as to that. I mean, like, yeah, that's fairly strong, but yeah. Oh, Arcane Intellect, let's give ourselves more options. Let's see the Lone Mage, and another Flame Strike. I think we'll just keep it as simple as that there. Pardon. Again. We do have spell damage in our hand, and we don't have enough to play out that with that, so yep, we'll play him out there. We could have done that differently. We could have gone Water Elemental and played this out and done 4 to his face instead, but I much prefer it this way. Oh my, that is very sad. Nervous Engineer, do you give me lethal? Do you give me... Nervous Engineer, do you give me lethal? No, you don't. That was just kind of silly. Oh, just kind of very silly. I didn't have lethal on him. I was 1 damage off. But yeah, still, you can see the power of this. And I also coincidentally have the quest for Hunter and Mage Dominance. So now, just a quick overview of what exactly is in the deck. It's really not much. It's just double Arcane Missiles, double of everything because you don't honestly have a great deal of basics. So Arcane Missiles, Mirror Image, Arcane Explosion, Frostbolt, Kobold Geomancer, Nervous Engineer, Arcane Intellect, the Lone Mage, Fireball, Polymorph, Ogre Magi, Senjin Shieldmaster, Water Elemental, Archmage, and Flame Strike. Pretty simple. As you can see, the mana curve's a bit it's alright. You have some turn 1 plays which you find a lot of the time don't happen at all. So yeah, it's a pretty good thing. I don't normally do this deck, I just did this for the sake of showing new players just how well they can really do. Just play your cards right, and this deck will get you very, very far. I actually played this deck and got up insanely high with it in ranked. I got up to rank 9 with this deck. I think I mentioned that earlier. Then I had a bunch of games against guys with Rag, where I blew my polymorphs a bit too early, and lost those to drop to about rank 13 or so, and then did my Fear of the Winds deck, which is not complete at all. I am missing a lot of the OP as hell overloads that shamans have, which caused me to drop down to rank 18. But yeah, so that is a bit of how you do mages at low levels. As you can see, it worked very well. Worked very, very well. If you want to add me, I'm Caberea number 1714. There are that many Cabereas. And I would be perfectly glad to play against other people, especially if there are other YouTubers who I may destroy crushingly before the entire world. Or lose horribly against, like this guy. This guy plays the Scumbag Miracle Rogue, which I will probably go over in some, I don't know, like top 5 most scumbag decks ever. Along with any mage deck to ever exist. But yeah, I am hopefully going to be doing more Hearthstone videos, like top 10s, and if you want me to try out decks which you have ideas for, like little gimmick things, just post that in the comments, and I will gladly try them out. I hope you found the little mage deck here useful, just another little shot of the cards you want for it. Arcane Intellect is just golden because I am at enough level to have golden Arcane Intellects. It does not need to be golden at all. Golden changes nothing, except just makes it animated. So, this was Caberea from the Suicidal Guide to Survival saying goodbye, good night, and holy crap, mages are OP as fuck.